The next question, a nation should not be judged by how it treats the highest citizens, but its lowest ones. Mr. Nelson Mandela. What do you understand by this statement in the present day scenario? Explain. This is the question of the ethics exam. What does it mean? It means the common person, the lowest of the low, the person who is the last in the line, needs to get justice, needs to be treated like an equal citizen to all. It is not only the rich and powerful, those who are influential, who need to get their work done, but the commonest man or woman. These people need more ability to bring out the best in your team, to give the last person in the village, in the district, in the administration area that is under your jurisdiction. That is what matters. So therefore, an ideal scenario would be when inclusivity, that means including all in your administrative goals. That means making sure that everybody is covered by the government schemes, by the government initiatives, by procedures, by the public dealing initiatives that you take. If I have a website which is able to bring out contact between the common man and the government, then the common man should be able to use that website. Supposing the common man, the poorest of the poor, doesn't have a phone, he should be able to go to a nearby booth and get his work done. Why should he have to travel 60 kilometers because he doesn't have the internet to go to the office physically? And then he has to stand in the line, waste the whole day, and forego his labor for that day. The poorest man needs technology as much as anybody else does. Inclusivity. And then there are so many economic schemes which actually are for the poorest of the poor, but then middlemen and others, they make hay while the common man suffers. So it's very important that they should actually benefit from this. And it is also important that we make sure that the rule of law is applied. That means that common people also get justice. If there is an FIR to be lodged, then the politician says that it is to be lodged, and then it is lodged only because he has said that is wrong. An FIR, if it is required, is everybody's right. Common man should not be scared while approaching the authorities, while going to a police station, and various things like that should not be allowed. Discrimination should not be allowed. And then literacy. Education is the basic goal. Education and healthcare, if they are in order, then the country will prosper, will be better. And democracy will be robust and sound. Therefore, we need to ensure that people are literate, and not only literate, but educated, aware. And all the technology interventions which have taken place make it possible for us to give total transparency in Hindi, in other languages, in languages which the common man can understand. We need to make clear that this is a scheme of the government, this is the form that you require to fill, and you are basically to ensure as a government servant that these common people are able to access the benefit of governance, good governance that is sought to be achieved by the nation. It should not be that people are left out of that governance procedures or they are left out of the benefits of it. That is not the way to go forward. It's very, very important that these people are kept in the ambit of the governance scheme. So therefore, it is very extremely important to make sure that schemes are formulated accordingly, that people can really benefit from them, and implementation is the key. It is like when storms take place, sometimes monsoons come heavily and they damage houses, the government declares 10,000 rupees per damaged hut or something. Now, will those poor people get that 10,000 rupees? So the poorest of the poor has to have access to that money quickly. And the government machinery has to make sure that it goes till there. So that example illustrates how government officials have to make sure that middlemen or people who are influential don't take all that money when they don't even deserve it. At times, this can happen in the field. Large districts, far-flung districts, officers have to make sure that they go there and make sure that they are able to give access to those people who really, really, really matter. Inclusive growth means that we are able to include every last common person, disabled, poor, disadvantaged, underprivileged, begging, in a home for inmates. They all have to benefit from the benefits of good governance. And that is when leadership actually is making sure that the nation is developing at par and people are not suffering because they are poor or underprivileged.